Hello everyone. Before we start, I'm showing you the titles for your group discussion, okay, which will be held tomorrow. So we're gonna have your group discussion at the slot of 12 o'clock. All right, we're gonna start at 12 to 1, and then we will break for lunch, and then we will continue your discussion assessment at 3 o'clock. Right. So tomorrow, the morning slot, we will still have a lecture, and today, the 3 o'clock slot, you can use them to discuss your work, all right, for your group discussion, all right. So, which means that after this, all right, we will end our class at 1, okay. You have your lunch break, and then at 2:30 to 5:30, all right, you can use the time to discuss with your teammates for your group discussion. And then tomorrow in the morning, we will meet, all right, for our lecture at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then in the 10 after the 10:30 break, all right, 10:30 to 1, we're gonna start with 10:30 to 1, we're gonna do group 1 up till group 4. Okay, we will do it from 10:30 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then from 2:30 to 5:30, we're gonna do from group 5 up till group 7. All right. So I'm assuming that we can actually finish all our group discussion tomorrow, so that we can actually focus on the next agenda where we still have to do our writing tasks and so forth. Okay. So tomorrow morning, I'm also planning to do listening test with you. Okay. Do you want it to be tomorrow, or you want me to set up some other day? People, are you there?
Tomorrow also can.
Tomorrow can, yeah? Okay. So in that case, tomorrow morning we will do, but the listening test is just going to take probably an hour for you to complete. So you can have the listening test at 10 o'clock. At probably 9 o'clock in the morning. So we will still meet an hour for our lecture. And then 9 to 10, you will have your listening test, all right? And then you break for a coffee break at 10. And then 10:30 to 1:30, we will have our assessment for speaking. And then 2:30 to 5 is still going to be assessment for speaking, yeah? That's the plan for tomorrow. And then on Monday, do not forget, you still have your grammar task, okay, which will be done through your module, and you still have your writing task on Sunday. Yeah, okay, so I am putting up your writing task to be on Monday so that it won't be too taxing for you. Okay, so these are the topics. Can you see? All right. Okay, so I'm going to explain these topics one by one before I let you to go through the notes for conjunction, and then we will start with the lecture. Okay, so the first group who will be presenting tomorrow is Siti Noliana's group. Okay, so the topic for your discussion is education industry is a business. Is it so? Discuss here both sides of the story. Okay. So apparently, all right. So what we're trying to do here is that when we talk about education industry, right? So it has become in such it has become such a shame that people are making money out of education. Okay, that goes into the field of tuitions, okay, private university, private colleges, and so on. All right. So discuss in terms of whether it is a business. Do you think it is good to run it in such a way? Will it create competition? Okay, or do you think this is bad? All right. So each of you can have different roles, all right, to complement this topic. All right. Group 2 is under Noor Afniza. Okay, so your topic, you're going to look at the advantages and disadvantages of e-learning. All right. So at the moment, we are doing online learning, which is also a part of e-learning. All right. So what do you think of the process of e-learning? Do you think there is a pro in terms of it allows students to learn at their own comfort? Okay, and is there a disadvantage? Do you think that there are certain elements lacking when we actually do online learning? All right, so decide on your roles and then you guys can start discussing about it. Okay, group 3 would be under Ida. Your topic is parents are the major influential factor in the development of a child. Discuss your view. Do you think parents are the major influential factor? Or there are some other external sources that actually make up the child. Is it the teacher, or is it the environment, the society, or the person who takes care of the child? Who do you think is the major influential factor in shaping the child? If you feel the parents are the major factor, so what do you think they should do to make the child, a perfect human being? We wouldn't say perfect. We would say a flawless human being because we're raising tiny humans here. Okay? All right. So that's for group number 3. And group number 4 is under Velny. Okay. Discuss the pro and cons of a single-sex school. All right. A very famous topic. All right, because there are still a single-sex school that exists in Malaysia. We have the co-educational school where you have the male and female, and then you still have the schools that run, that still go in terms of girls and then boys. So, what do you think of this? Do you think there is an advantage, or do you think there is a problem here as well? Okay, so that's group number 4. Okay, group number 5 is under Siti Badria. Okay, Siti Badria, are you here? Okay, I think, sorry, there is typing error here. Okay, all right. So, special need children are the assets of the country. What do you think of this? All right, most of the time, all right, special need children are overlooked, and some parents even think them as a burden. All right, and then of course some people feel that uh, it's a challenge to raise them, but of course there are also advocates who are who treasure these children and then who make the most out of them. So, what do you think of this statement? All right. Do you think the government should enforce or provide more assistance and more coaching and awareness campaign to educate people about special children? And do you think more schools should be provided? All right, that kind of stuff. So that's topic number 5 for group number 5. Group number 6 is under Noor. Government should divert more funding for early childhood education discussed. All right. So, do you think the government should actually prioritize by giving more funding every time they have the budget? All right, budget tabling, budget sharing among the ministers. All right, and why? Why do you think this is so? All right, think about it. Group 7, raising a child is a serious business. All right. What do you think of this? Yeah. Okay. Because some people, they make child out of accident and then they think that, oh, okay, it's fine. But they don't think that, a child is a commitment. You are supposed to commit. You are supposed to provide every demand and need of the child, and you are fully aware of how you're raising the child. That means you are going to put up this child in a world later, and your role and commitment is pretty important. So what do you think of this? Do you think it's a serious business, or do you think the society and the environment will actually shape the child? Okay, all right. And the last topic would be, oh, that's the last topic. Yeah. Okay, so do you have any questions? Any of you, do you have any questions pertaining to your topic?
Madam,
Yes. Who's this?
for my groups, Nur
Ida.
Afniza,
Okay, yes, Ida.
Nur Afniza,
Yes, Afniza.
to discuss the advantages and disadvantages. Do we have to divide like 2% agree and 2% disagree for this?
Up to you. Okay, that again goes back to your creativity in getting your teammates to decide. Okay, you can do that. You can even have people like, let's say you want to talk about e-learning, you can have someone as if an officer from the Ministry of Education. All right, maybe somebody from somebody as a student. All right, somebody as a lecturer, and then maybe you can have another one as a public, and then another one more
Yes.
probably in the sector of media or something like that.
So
Alright.
each of us have our own
Yeah, your own role.
Your own role, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
for example, me as a student give my opinion as a student.
Yes,
Okay,
correct,
the
correct.
person I'm the minister and she
Yes,
talk as minister.
yes, yes, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, do we have any other questions pertaining to your topic? Yes, Ida? Ida, you wanted to ask some question?
No, madam.
Okay. Anyone else has a question pertaining to their topic? No. Okay, that's great. Okay, so that's a good thing, I guess. All right. So I would be sharing this piece of document into your Telegram later. All right, so that you can actually go through again, yeah, in terms of the topic. So now, first thing first, okay, I'm going to share again the link, all right? So I need you guys to fill up this link, all right? Because my guru, I think it will not record for the continuation of the session of your attendance. So please fill this up for your attendance, okay? For the morning slot, okay? And after that, I need you guys to click up this link. It will take you to a platform called TES. Okay, there are some materials, okay, that is relatable to the next lecture that I'm going to cover. So I'm going to give you guys like 10 minutes to go through the materials, okay, and then we will discuss the exercise that you completed earlier on before we actually start with today's lecture. Yeah, all right. So meanwhile, I'm gonna off my camera, okay? And you guys can access the material while completing your attendance as well. Okay, I realize that you guys are updating the name over here. No, you're not supposed to update the name over here, my dear. You're supposed to answer this. All right, this particular link. Okay, I'm pasting the link again. All right, you are supposed to click on the link. All right, and then it will take you to a particular form. You fill in there. All right. Okay, that's for the attendance. Do not post your name over here because then it will not be saved. All right, please go to the link and answer for your attendance. Okay. All right, so now, all right, let's discuss your exercise first. Okay, before we start with the lecture on compound sentences. All right, so I'm going to share with you the answer. Okay. Here you go. All right, these are the answers. Can you see? All right, so number one, okay, is because we are referring to the rhythm. Okay, so it's singular, is. Number two, all right, all of the dogs in the neighborhood were. All right, so plural, were. A high tax, so we are referring to the tax. All right, so that is singular. Influences. My friends and my mother. My friends and my mother. Plural, so we use a plural verb. All right. The team and the band were, all right, because it's plural noun, so it's a plural verb. Okay. The building a good marriage and building a good log fire are similar in many ways. It's are. Number seven, John or Doris writes. So this is a singular verb. Neither Carol nor Tad is excluded. So it's a singular verb. Either Patty or Tom's was asked to lead the meeting. Singular, all right. Neither the basket nor the apples was expensive, all right. Singular verb. Number 11, the same singular verb. Number 12, either Maria or you was late for class. Singular because we have either, okay. Number 14, hardest hit by the high temperatures and the drought were the farmers. Okay, hardest hit by the high temperature. We are referring to high temperature. Okay, so that's a plural subject, and then we have a plural verb. Okay, number 15. Neither of them likes because neither actually denotes for a singular subject. So we will have a singular verb. All right. Number 16. Each of them. When we use the word each, it's always singular. All right. So that's why you have to use has. That's a singular verb. Number 17. Everybody in the class. Singular. All right. We denote them to be a collective subject. All right. So has. Number 18. Every silver knife, fork, and spoon. Singular subject, so we're using singular verb. Number 19, each cat and each dog. So each, the word, when you use each itself, it's for singular. So it is has. Number 20, the committee is or are meeting today. So the committee, as in we are referring to them as in a group. So it is singular subject. All right. And number 21, 10 million gallons. Even though it sounds like a plural, but 10 million gallons actually refers to one group. Okay, one group of oil. So it is a singular subject. All right, is a lot of oil. Number 22, the jury votes. The jury means as in a whole group of jury. Okay, the judges. All right. So they are still singular subjects. So you have to choose for a singular verb. Number 23, the number is the number. Okay. Number 24, a number of students, a group of students, even though they sound like they sound like a collective noun, but they are not because we are referring to a number of students. That means few people of them. Okay. So that's why I'm sorry, that's why they are plural verbs. Okay, 25 is a repeat. 26, the majority of us are in favor. the majority of us. That means more than one, plural. Statistics is a subject, all right. Statistics is an interesting subject, all right. Statistics is often misleading. I forgot to check this, all right. Statistics is often misleading, all right. Singular subject. 28, the sheep strays. The sheep refers to one sheep, I think, all right. How do I know? Okay, I am referring to yeah, there is no denotation. So let's say if you put 28, the sheep stray. Okay. So here you must also put sheep stray. That means you are referring to sheep as in plural. Okay. But here I picked the sheep to be singular. All right. So the sheep strays when the gate is left open. Sheep strays when the gate is left open. So it can be either way. Remember, the sheep itself. Oh, how do I know it's one sheep? The, look at me, the, okay, when you see the word the, okay, it tells us it is just one sheep. Okay, so it's a singular sheep. All right, so these are the answers. Do you have any questions? That means you got anything wrong and you want to check on that?
Number 1. I referring to wave.
Who is talking? Number 1. What is wrong with number 1? Okay, you are referring to the wave.
Wave.
Okay, no, you are not supposed to refer to the wave. When you look at the question again, let me share again. Okay. Hang on. Share. Okay, we are referring to the rhythm, actually. We are not referring to the wave. Instead, we are looking at the rhythm. You see, you are not talking about the wave. You are talking about the sound of the wave, the rhythm of the wave. So that's why it is singular. Okay? Are you there? I lose you guys. Hello, are you there?
Yes, madam.
So you
Yes,
understood?
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
madam. Number 10.
Number 10. Okay, hang on. What is number 10 all about? Where is my question? Number 10. Neither the basket nor the apples. Okay, what did you pick? Were, is it? Okay, you picked
The
were
apples.
because you are referring to the apples, right? But
Apples,
here,
yeah.
when you look at the word neither, okay, neither itself denote a singular subject. When you see the word neither, all right, it doesn't matter if they put, even if they put there apples and baskets and not, but when the word neither itself exists in a sentence, it refers to a singular subject. All right, neither, either, and all.
But madam,
Yes.
if we look into the clue,
Mm-hmm.
if one subject is singular and one is plural, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. That's why we take the verb because we follow the apples.
Wait, let me check. I'm looking at the clue again. All right. I am going back to the question. All right. Um.
So number 10 and 11.
Oh, they provided us the clue.
Number
Okay.
10 and
Oh,
11.
okay. Sorry.
The question is the same.
No, they are not the same. I just realized. Neither the basket nor the apples were expensive. Neither the oh, okay. I thought. Sorry. I thought they were the same. They are not the same. Okay, neither the basket nor the apples, neither the apples nor the basket. Well, I do not think we are supposed to use the choice of trying to choose between which one is closer, because if you do that, all right, then we are going against the rule. Because if you look at, let's look at sentence number 10, yeah? neither the basket nor the apples. If you're going to choose were expensive, all right, it means that there is a choice. But when the word neither itself, it denotes that none of them were chosen. So, okay, number 10 and number 11, okay, just hold on to that. I will cross check again in my notes, okay, and I will get back to you later. Okay, all right, I will just cross check number 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
Madam.
all right. So, any other questions? Okay, so I believe there are no more questions pertaining to the exercise, okay? We will start with today's lecture. You may want to mute your microphones. Can hear boys screaming. Okay. We are looking at how do we actually form compound sentences. So you may all have been exposed to the techniques of writing simple sentences, okay, all right. But when we talk about simple sentences, they are pretty doable, okay. A simple sentence means you have one subject, all right, and a particular verb itself, probably one word, okay, and that is actually called a simple sentence, all right. So let's see if you have okay, let's talk about independent clause. What's an independent clause? So an independent clause is like a complete sentence, okay, and usually an independent clause can stand by itself. Okay, the difference is that, okay, when you talk about, there are three types of sentences, okay, there are simple, no, four, there are actually four: simple, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex sentence, all right. So your focus for this particular subject is on compound sentence, all right. So simple sentence you would have covered in EP1, all right. That means how to form a sentence using subject and verb and so on. But how do we actually write a compound sentence? So compound sentence is something that you use in daily writing. When you want to write report, when you want to write emails and all, you use a lot of compound sentences. That means you try to combine two or three ideas together and then you write, okay. So this is to make you understand in a clearer way. A compound sentence is made of two complete thoughts, that means two ideas, all right. And when you want to break this sentence, let's say if you want to break this compound sentence, each of these sentences, right, can actually stand by itself. For example, Alia is having coffee while Alif is having tea. Okay, these are two complete different ideas and have been combined into one sentence. So let's say if I want to break them apart, Alia is drinking coffee, Alif is having tea. So two different ideas, and you break them, they can stand by themselves. They can actually form two independent clauses. So that's a compound sentence, okay? All right. So usually compound sentences are connected by two types of connectors, which we talk about later. That means our conjunctions. So that's why I asked you to go through the notes earlier on. Okay, look at these examples of compound sentences. All right, the first one. The students finished class, comma, and they went to lunch. It's a type of compound sentence. So there is a comma here because we are trying to combine them. Okay, all right, and sometimes when you remove the comma, what happens is that there is no connection between these ideas. So that's why we put in the comma. All right. Number two, Kevin did not want to hurt Kathy's feeling, comma, so he said nothing about a mistake. All right. So two different ideas have been joined into one particular sentence. Okay. Number three, I want to see my sister soon, comma, for she has been in Switzerland for 2 years. Two different complete thoughts. You join them and then you make as a compound sentence. All right. Okay, what is the difference between a compound sentence and simple sentences? So they look almost the same. All right, they look almost the same. You can have two subjects and you can have two verbs. The same thing applies. But the only thing that makes it different is that here, you see, two subjects doing two things at the same time. Whereas here, a compound sentence says that it can be just one subject doing one doing two different actions. Okay, that means one subject doing two different actions means two verbs exist in the sentence. So that's the difference. For example, Ali and Abu are going to the mall. Even though there are two subjects there, but it is not a compound sentence, it is still a simple sentence. But let's say Ali is going to the mall while Abu is going to the gym. So that is a compound sentence. All right. All right. Okay. So let's look at this one. The men and women met at the station and went to dinner. Simple sentence. Why? Because these subjects, they are doing the same thing. All right. Okay. The men met at the station and the women went to dinner. So this is a compound sentence. Why? Because two different actions, as I said. All right. So the difference between a simple and a compound sentence is that the verb or the action committed in a simple sentence are the same, whereas in a compound sentence the verb are different. Okay, and you realize that we have combined them using a comma. Okay, another example. The ducks and geese squawked and fluttered their wings. They did the same thing, so they're simple. The ducks quacked and the geese fluttered their wings. Two different things. So what they're trying to say here is that the ducks quacked, but it didn't flutter their wings, and the geese fluttered the wings, but it didn't squawk. So that's why this is a compound sentence. All right. Okay. Another example. Let's look at this one. Harry and Joe ate ice cream and drank pop. They did the same thing. So it is a simple sentence. Harry ate ice cream and Joe drank pop. So this one would be a compound sentence. Why? There are two subjects and there are two verbs. All right. So of course, when we talk about writing compound sentences, there's so many ways, but I'm going to expose you to two ways on how you can actually write compound sentences. All right. First way is, of course, you try to combine them using a coordinating conjunction, like what I told you of yesterday. All right. I did provide you a list in terms of the fanboy rule, where you try to use a conjunction, a coordinating conjunction, and then you use a comma to join these two independent clauses. There you go. All right. FANBOY. Okay. And then you even have S, fanboys. Okay. So when you want to use the S, it goes like fanboy. So the S is the so. All right. So when you want to use these coordinating conjunctions, we usually include comma in the sentence to interconnect them. Example. Baseball is my favorite sport to watch, comma, but football is my favorite sport to play. Okay, so the comma comes before you actually add the before you actually use the conjunction. All right. Okay, the second one. The children ran all the way to school, comma, yet they were late anyway. All right. Number 3. You will have to finish the project, comma, or your group will get a failing grade. All right. So you know when to use but, right? But is like tapi. Okay. Yet is like more like namun, I think. Namun, okay. Or it's like ataulah. All right. Okay. Okay. Second way, all right, is to use semicolon. All right. So this is not really encouraged in writing, but if you're writing story or narratives, then semicolons are a great way to to make your writing more variant. Okay, so semicolons can also be used to join two independent clauses of a compound sentence. All right, examples: Susan loves to swim, colon, her brother likes to dive. All right, but you realize here that there is no usage of conjunctions. You can still combine these sentences by just using a colon, semicolon. Jason was highly respected, semicolon. He was always such a nice person. So when you use a semicolon, it is understood you're actually forming a compound sentence. But we don't really encourage this unless you are writing an essay. Okay, all right. Or else you can always use the coordinating conjunction to form the compound sentence. Okay, another example. The meeting was over. It was already midnight. All right. Okay, so these are some of the explanation that you need to know when we are forming a compound sentence. But I also have something to show you on the list of conjunctions, okay, that you can actually use, okay? All right. So, of course, there are various conjunction, okay? I have only taught you on coordinating conjunction, okay? Because this is something that you will be using for your PP2 paper. But there are also other types of conjunction. We call them subordinating conjunction, correlative conjunction, and conjunctive adverbs. All right. So coordinating conjunctions, you are aware what are coordinating conjunctions. But what about subordinating conjunctions? So these are subordinating conjunctions. Okay, after, although, as if, as long as much as soon as though, because, before, even if, even though, if only, if then, in order that, just as, least, now since, now that, once, provided that, rather than, since, so that, and suppose it. All right, okay, so the list goes on. All right, the list goes on for subordinate conjunctions. Okay, it all depends on it all depends on what kind of context we're using. So most often, all right, when you have a pretty, you have, I mean, you are writing, okay, for a long piece of text, you may want to have a variety of conjunction because that it actually makes our writing much richer. Okay, all right. So here are the correlative conjunction. So correlative conjunction works in together. That means they come in pair. For example, neither nor, either or. These are all correlative conjunction. Okay, we even have words like, you see, let's look at the word either or. You can either have the cake right now or it will be finished. So this is a compound sentence and we are combining using a correlative conjunction. So the difference between either and neither, I told you yesterday, either means you can have at least one, whereas neither you cannot have any. Okay, all right. So these are correlative conjunctions. Okay, so let's just go one by one so that you know how to use them. For the subordinate conjunction, I'm sure you can go through them later. All right, so for the correlative conjunction, remember, they work in pair. You use them in one sentence and you use them in pair. For example, his scorecard was not as bad as I thought. Okay, that means SS you use. Both and N. Both the teams and their coaches worked hard. Okay, either or. I've told you just now. Number 3, hardly, when. Hardly had he reached the stop when the bus started, or hardly he reached the place when my mom called. All right, okay. Neither nor, you cannot have any of it. Neither the children nor their parents attended the function. No sooner than, that means not, I mean, it wasn't quick. All right. No sooner had the teacher entered the classroom than the students kept quiet. Okay, that means very quickly. Not only, but also, not only you should mark up for your exam, that means work hard, study hard for your exam, but also understand the basic concepts, right? Whether or. She was confused whether to wear pink or yellow for her engagement, right? She was confused or she didn't know whether to go for the party or not. Another example. The more, the more. The more flattering with boss, the more incentives you get. So S. Her portrait wasn't so boring as his. Okay. The book was not so good as the movie. Such that she is such a beautiful actress that everyone is her fan. Rather that he would rather cook at home than going out for dinner. That is another example. Okay, so for conjunctive adverbs, okay, all right, it is just one, okay, all right, it's just one as far as I'm concerned. Okay, no, there are plenty here, okay. So the usage of a conjunctive adverbs, all right, is that to combine sentences as well, but they are usually used as a transition signal, more like we call that transitions, okay, and they are commonly used for essay writing as well. So we have words like after all, okay, we have words like as a result, consequently, finally, all right, all these are also used very much for transition, okay, transition of ideas, transition of paragraph, we use them, all right. So we have words like as a result when we want to talk about, effect of something. Consequently, effect of something, it can be in a good way or a bad way. Finally, is to conclude. For example, you want to provide examples, all right? And then furthermore is to add on more information to your idea. Hence is like so, okay? However, is like for a contrasting idea. In addition, acts the same way like furthermore, you want to add on more information. In fact, all right, you want to emphasize something, you want to strengthen something. Indeed is to agree, okay. Instead is to provide a choice or alternative, all right. Likewise is to agree. Meanwhile is to stall, as in you know meanwhile, how do I say that? I would put it up as like not like so, but meanwhile acts in a way that like while, all right, but it is to provide a sense of duration, okay, more focused on duration. Incidentally, all right, it's to agree on something because it's just coincident, all right. So these are some that you can actually go through to understand, all right, what are the possible conjunctions that exist and how do we form them to write sentences, okay. All right, so I also have something else for you, all right. I wanted you guys to try on these exercises, but okay, so this is what you're going to do for the next 1 hour, okay, all right. I have, okay, all right, never mind. We talk about the exercise later. Let's talk about antonym and synonym, all right, okay. This is something that I have to cover with you, all right. When we talk about antonym and synonym, all right, so don't worry about your compound sentences, all right. That would be the end for the lecture on compound sentences, all right. I will tell you what to do for the exercise later, all right. So now I'm going to expose you to synonym and antonyms, okay. Do you need a break? Do you want to take a 2 minutes break, people?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. Take a 2 minute
Yes,
break.
sure.
Yeah, and then you come back. Yeah. Okay, please let me know when you're ready. All right, you guys are ready?
Okay, ready,
Yes,
madam.
madam.
Okay, that's very good.
Yes,
Okay,
madam.
so that's very okay. Excellent. Oh, what happened? Oh Lord. I do understand. All right. So we are referring to synonyms and antonyms. Okay. When we talk about synonyms and antonyms, we cannot run away from the fact that it comes back to the usage of dictionary. It comes back to our vocabulary list and so on. And we have to practice ourselves into expanding our vocabulary list. All right. So it's not a one day process. Trust me, it doesn't happen in one day or 6 months or one year, right? It is a long process. Okay. If you want to improve your vocabulary list, you have to start learning at least one new word every week, at least for 3 to 4 years. You would realize that along the way, you are picking up a progress. Okay. All right. So let's look at these words. All right, let's look at the word kind. So we're looking at synonyms first. Synonyms are words that are similar in meaning. All right, whereas antonym are the opposite meaning. Okay, so we're going to try these practice together. All right, and then I'm going to be sending you another worksheet for you to try on your own later. All right, the word kind. So the closest meaning to kind means nice.
Yes.
Okay, nice, right? And the rest of the word, they don't really belong close to kind. Number two, shiny. That means something that's just shining. The closest one would be bright.
Bright.
Yes, would be bright. Okay, all right. And number three, glad. All right, glad. So happy. That's right, happy.
Happy.
Yes, happy. All right. Big, something that is probably large.
Large.
Yeah, something probably that's
Large.
large. All right. That means something that's huge. Okay. Fast means something that
Quick.
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 All right. And then noisy,
Loud.
loud. We can always say loud. So you understand how it goes, yeah, for synonym. So now let's try antonym. Okay. When we talk about antonym, it's completely the opposite. All right. We cannot choose even something that might be opposite. Some words, they are probably the opposite, but they're not opposite. But this antonym, it has to be contrasting. That means complete, like white, black, small, big. These are antonyms. Okay. All right. What about thick? It is
Thin.
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 That's right. Thick means tebal, thin means nipis. All right. Early, late. Okay. Cold, hot, slow, fast.
Fast.
Okay. Similar. That means similar. Yeah, similar.
Different.
Different. That's right. But if there is another word, unique, then unique is the closest word. Okay. Number 6, safe, dangerous.
Dangerous.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. So let's try. Okay. Okay. Oh, I lost the annotation. Okay, so that is for the first practice. Okay, I'm going to be sending you practice 2 in a while. In your, do you want me to post in Telegram or what? Or you prefer my guru?
Both will be okay.
My guru. Okay, I will post exercise for you in my guru. Okay, but what I need you to do now is that where are you people? Okay. All right. Stop sharing. Okay. So we still have about 1 hour to go. All right. So this is your practice at the moment. Okay. I'm going to be sending you a list for your antonyms and synonym practice. Okay. I want you to do that. All right. And we are going to try practicing uh, on constructing, okay, compound sentences. Okay. All right. So you're going to try constructing compound sentences. Okay. I'm going to provide conjunctions for you in my guru. Okay. I'm going to create a task over there. Okay. So you will be doing it and submitting it over there. All right. So you will have about 10 to 15 sentences to submit. All right. So I want you to try the first method, which is to use the conjunctions to form the compound sentence. Okay. All right. So and then remember, at 2:30 we will not be meeting. Instead, all right, you can use the time, all right, to discuss with your teammates on how to go about with your discussion. All right. So meanwhile, if there are any questions, you can ask me in your Telegram group. And then tomorrow we will meet again at 8 o'clock in the morning. All right. So the first hour I will be doing lecture with you. All right. I'm going to cover different aspects of writing. I'm going to be teaching you on how to write, okay, in the morning. And then 9 to 10, you're going to have your listening test, all right? And then in the afternoon and in the evening, we're going to have your discussion, all right? Okay, any other questions? People?
For discussion, madam,
Yeah.
how long it takes for one group?
Okay, because each group, I'm going to give them 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes for one group. Okay, but supposedly if we are doing it physically, if you're going to do in the class, all right, okay, it will be what happened to mine? Look at me. Hang on, I think I have off my video. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so apparently if we are going to do a physical class, it is supposed to be 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, but because this is online, so I'm going to make it to 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, that includes technical glitches and all. So each team will be given about 10 to 15 minutes to present. Okay. All right. So check out for the announcement in my group. Just give me about
Okay,
5
madam.
minutes. I will post the exercise for you and the instruction on how to go about. Yeah? All right. So I will see you again tomorrow. If there are any further questions, just text me through the group. Okay? Enjoy your evening.
Madam,
Yes.
picking task via Google Meet or Webex?
Webex also. We can
Oh my
record.
god.
We're gonna record, so that's why I'm good because I need to record, you see. So that's why I am using Webex. Okay, that's why 15 minutes is given for you. That includes your technical glitch. All right. Okay.
Madam,
Yeah.
madam.
no need to send the script
No
for
need.
me. No need,
Okay. You don't have to send the script, but if you feel that you want me to go through your script, then you can send it. You want me to go through, check your grammar and all, you can do that. All right. But you have to do it today because tomorrow is your assessment. Okay. All right. So, do we have any other questions?